What's going on YouTube? It's your boy camATL. Shout out to the DFS squad. Shout out to everybody watching this video right now. Drop a like down below because I already know you're gonna love it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and make sure you comment anything down in the comment section and enter your name into the $50 giveaway that I do every single week on this channel. Greenlightdfs.com. Join the squad. Let's go ahead and get it, man. This high five, as you can see, is on the screen. Remember that this is the first look for the slate. I will do a whole bunch more research throughout the day to come to the final product, but this is just a first look to get you guys started, give you guys an idea of what I'm thinking of these players and stuff like that, and kind of, skim over the slate real quick. Don't just lock these guys in, plug in some 3 random guys, and hope for the best, okay? You need to make sure that you're, paying attention to the injury updates and stuff throughout the day, because that's the main thing to succeed in DFS, is to take advantage of injuries and stuff like that. So one thing we do know is that a big dog in Kawhi Leonard will not be playing on this slate, and that's going to open up for JaMychal Green. JaMychal Green at 3.9. I really love him here. They're at home in Los Angeles, regardless of how the game goes. If it happens to stay close because it's in LA, or it's a blowout, JaMychal Green's going to get plenty of minutes here with no Kawhi Leonard. I absolutely love him at 3.9 because of that. Okay. Now, Malcolm Brogdon. All right, I really love Brogdon here in this matchup against Washington. The only concern with Brogdon and Levine here is that both of these guys played yesterday, okay? So back-to-backs normally aren't great, but their matchups are just too hard to ignore. Brogdon's had ridiculous usage in this Pacers offense this year, and at 8.1, he's dropping high 40s, 50s all day long, all year. He's had an amazing season. His usage is huge, and at 8.1, once again, his price didn't rise from yesterday. So Brogdon, 8.1 against a Washington team that has struggled versus guards. I really, really love him at home. Next up, Zach LaVine against Atlanta. Like I said, another guy who played yesterday, but he finally flashed that 50-point upside that we all know he has when he just is on, okay? And against Atlanta, it's pretty easy to be on. This team gives up a whole bunch of threes, which Zach LaVine loves to shoot. Without John Collins, it's going to be a lot easier to drive to the basket, which Zach LaVine is good at. And at 7.2, he just feels like a safe bet for 40+ in this matchup. So I really, really like him at 7.2 as well in the first look. Next up, House Jr. for Houston. Now, this game, it says blowout all over it. You've got Westbrook and Harden both going to be playing in this game. The reason I like House is because Eric Gordon is questionable as of now. Obviously, keep an eye on it. But if Eric Gordon misses, House is going to get a ton of minutes, and regardless of how this game goes, which I think Houston's going to blow this young Golden State team out at home in Houston, House is going to get a ton of minutes against some scrubs defensively. And I think that he can give us a really nice 30+ performance here. He's played really good when he's gotten the minutes this season. And like I said, if this game turns out to be a blowout like I'm expecting, I'm easily expecting 6x return here against a bad Golden State team right now with everybody out, playing a bunch of rookies, a bunch of young dudes. Expect House to out-hustle them and do very well in this matchup. I already talked about JaMychal, and then Karl Anthony Towns is back from the suspension. They're going against a very fast-paced Memphis team. This Memphis team has been playing at one of the fastest clips in the entire league this season, and that's always good for fantasy purposes. I've mentioned it a million times. You want to play these guys in these fast, up-tempo games because, the faster the pace, the more shots put up, the more fantasy points. As always, I say it a million times a week. Okay, but Karl Anthony Towns at 10K, we know the type of performances he was having before he got suspended. This dude has 80-point upside. He's absolutely ridiculous. Going against a Memphis team that struggles down low against big men, he should have a field day down low against Valanciunas. I really love Karl Anthony Towns at 10K, and he is the spend up I'm liking because I think this game stays close in Memphis. Okay, as on top of that, all right, you got Jeff Teague, who is questionable. You have Shabazz Napier, who is doubtful. Okay, so you got some guys who are probably going to be missing from this Minnesota team. I'm not sure exactly if I trust any of the guys who are going to take over for Teague and Napier at the guard positions. It's probably going to be a Kogi, I would guess, is going to get a bump. But outside of that, I think Towns is just going to really run and take control of this offense. And with this being an up-tempo matchup, Towns should shine in this matchup. And I think he has ridiculous 60 plus upside, even high. He could break the slate. He could get 70 or more here in this one. He's had plenty of rest. It's not like he's hurt. He just was suspended for getting choked out by Ben Simmons. And so he should come back and he should be all good. All right. And remember, this is just the first look. This doesn't mean you just lock these guys in. You got to do your research. Greenlightdfs.com, and I will do that research for you. Thank you guys for joining me as always. I hope I was able to help you guys make your first look decisions and stuff like that. But as always, keep track of the injury updates because that's where you really want to grab the value, and it is an easy way to consistently smash an NBA. All right, let's keep it going, y'all. All right, thank you for joining me as always.